the possible return of the Dragon Ball Super manga. Moments of victories and defeats, and many revelations are coming. The most awaited visit in the manga, a promise to be fulfilled, the return of a legendary Saiyan god, and much more. With the premiere date of Dragon Ball Daima already set, fans are always expecting these and more news about the manga's return. This raises the anticipation of how important Daima will be and how it will fit into the original Dragon Ball timeline. That being said, the big question arises: what is missing to complement the manga arcs that have been presented to us so far? There is still a lot to be done. We won't say they are loose ends, but rather crucial matters that fans expect to happen. You know what they are. Comment below on something that was left unexplained or something of great importance that might be on the way. Speaking of importance and the way forward, I ask you to pay close attention to what I'm about to say and to find your way to the subscribe button and the like button. I appreciate it in advance. Now, let's get into today's video. After the fight between Cabba and Vegeta, Cabba suggested that Vegeta visit planet Sadala, the home planet of the Saiyans in Universe 6. Vegeta showed interest and said he would be happy to visit the planet someday. So, let's start from this point. Cabba mentions that Vegeta resembles the king of Sadala. This comparison highlights Vegeta's nobility and strength, traits he shares with the king. As we all know, Vegeta has undergone constant evolution, and even before the Tournament of Power, he had already made Cabba his student and taught him how to transform into a Super Saiyan. He even demonstrated the power and pressure of Super Saiyan Blue, trusting that his student would reach this form. He could have simply shown Cabba the transformation, but instead, he knocked him out with a single punch. If we analyze this, it seems like he left Cabba in direct contact with Divine Ki, a state he was able to achieve just by coming into contact with it. So, let's wait and see if he manages to do it in the future. But anyway, the return of the manga gives us this great possibility. Vegeta following a new path by training on Sadala, while Goku heads to Jiren's planet. Jiren is from Universe 11, and his home planet is simply known as Jiren's planet. He is a member of the Pride Troopers, a group of warriors dedicated to justice and the protection of their universe. Goku has made him one of his rivals, and since he doesn't want to fall behind, he will go to Jiren's planet. We also don't know about a possible second Tournament of Power. What if the universes that participated in the first tournament now have to form teams within their own universes, and only those chosen to represent them will go, or perhaps only those with extremely high power levels? This would explain the sudden power boost in Gohan, Broly, Piccolo, and even Frieza, making them equal to or surpassing Goku and Vegeta. It would explain a lot why there's such urgency regarding this matter. It's worth keeping an eye on these developments. It could be a way to include only the strongest warriors, since the universes that didn't participate have even stronger fighters. Or, I'll go even further. Maybe Zeno's tournament was just a way to determine which warriors would fight in the second phase of the Tournament of Power, and the universes that didn't participate are governed by other divine beings. This could be one of the biggest foreshadowings in Dragon Ball Super. Such a twist would bring a new dynamic and could introduce many battles and new enemies, potentially leading to an all-out war. Comment below on what you think about this. After all, it would also be a way to show that Zeno does not hold absolute power over everything. Returning to Sadala, it is the original home planet of the Saiyans in both Universe 6 and Universe 7 in Dragon Ball Super. In Universe 6, the planet still exists and is ruled by King Sadala. In Universe 7, however, planet Sadala was destroyed due to internal conflicts among the Saiyans. The survivors moved to Planet Plant, which was later renamed Planet Vegeta after the Saiyans conquered it. So, if Vegeta's visit happens at this very moment, it could bring many revelations. Think about it. If the destruction of Planet Sadala in Universe 7 happened long before the main events of Dragon Ball, and it was only due to conflicts among the Saiyans, could Yamoshi somehow be introduced? We know this is possible, because it's similar to what happened with Frost. Frost is a character from Dragon Ball Super's Universe 6. He is a member of Frieza's race, and, like Frieza, is a powerful and cunning warrior. Initially, Frost presents himself as a hero and benefactor, but it is later revealed that he is a villain who uses dishonest methods to achieve his goals. However, he bears a strong resemblance to Frieza. Although he belongs to the same race, he could have been introduced in many other different ways, but they purposely introduced him almost as if he were Frieza himself. The only real difference is that Frieza from Universe 6 is much weaker. But aside from that, he is an exact copy of Frieza in his final form from the Namek Saga in Dragon Ball Z. Now, considering that Kaba said the king reminded him of Vegeta, could it have been meant figuratively? Or perhaps the king actually looks like Vegeta's father, King Vegeta? Who knows? If this is the case, then it could mean we'll see more similar characters appearing in this possible saga of Dragon Ball Super. And who knows? We might even see the return of Yamoshi. This could lead to the first ever meeting between Beerus and the legendary Super Saiyan God. Yamoshi was an ancient Saiyan, known for being the first to transform into a Super Saiyan. He lived long before the main events of Dragon Ball, and is a legendary figure among Saiyans. Well, since he chose to fight in this form, it's unknown why he didn't fight in his Oozura form. Maybe he was just a low-class warrior, without proper training. These things would bring many revelations and go deeper into the Saiyans. The anime needs to go a little in this direction, which is why I think they decided to launch Dragon Ball Daima, to see how we, the fans, would react in terms of feedback, sales, and everything else. Then after that, they could slightly change the approach in the Dragon Ball Super manga. It would be a cool strategy, avoiding putting an entire work at risk by changing it blindly without any reference. And the way they're doing it now is not shooting in the dark. It's like throwing water up and seeing how much we get wet. About Yamoshi, who had a righteous heart, and, together with his 5 companions, started a rebellion against the evil Saiyans. During this rebellion, he transformed into a Super Saiyan, surprising his enemies with his power. Despite his strength, Yamoshi was eventually defeated because he exhausted himself after fighting too many warriors. After his death, his spirit continued to wander in search of 6 Saiyans with pure hearts to create the first Super Saiyan God. If we look at how Dragon Ball Super handled this, pay close attention to the ritual for summoning the Super Saiyan God. To summon the Super Saiyan God in Dragon Ball Super, a specific ritual must be performed. Gather 6 Saiyans with pure hearts. 5 of them must channel their energy into the 6th Saiyan, who will be chosen to transform. The 6th Saiyan absorbs the energy from the other 5 and transforms into Super Saiyan God. And Goku said the following to Gohan. Pay close attention here about Gohan protecting Earth. This means that he and Vegeta will definitely be off Earth, and even out of Universe 6. So, which Saiyans do we have left? Goku, Vegeta, Broly, Goten, and Trunks. All of them with pure hearts. Could this be a possible reference to the 5 warriors who helped Yamoshi? It would be very interesting to see them on planet Sadala, so that if someone as important as Yamoshi were to appear, he would have 5 friends who are exactly like those. Or even making a parallel, where now there are 6 Saiyan warriors in Universe 6, besides Bra, who also represents them. It would be nice to explore this approach. It might be me overthinking things, but you guys get the point. Anyway, it would be really cool. But we also have the first approach of the video, where each warrior goes to a different universe, and Goku going to Jiren's planet would also be exceptional. A reunion full of history and battles. We would learn more about Jiren, and also about Universe 6, how Hit, Kaba, Kale, and Caulifla have evolved over time. It would be surreal to see Kaba at Blue level, or even Super Saiyan 3, but then they would be way below Universe 7, and it wouldn't make much sense, especially because their evolution was much faster than anyone else in Universe 6, so they would be extremely strong. There's a lot more to say about the manga's return that I can't cover today, because the video would be too long. Things like going deeper into the Tournament of Power Part 2 theory I mentioned earlier, or about only the warriors who reached certain levels participating and who they would beat, as if they were pre-selected after the Tournament of Power. Also, Broly's evolution when Goku and Vegeta return to Beerus' planet. He will definitely evolve a lot, since he saw through Gohan how to control his beast ki. We will definitely see that and much more. If I forgot something, comment below. Thanks for being here. It's an honor to have you all with me. See you soon. Take care.